Hello and welcome back to my Wednesday with Leo. So this is a continuation of last week's video. And so last week we were doing a comparison between CraZart color pencils, Crayola color pencils, and Prisma color pencils. So I swatched Crayola color pencils and the CraZart color pencils last week just to make some difference in color pigmentation and brightness and just overall quality. And so this week I'm comparing the CraZart to the Crayola to Prisma. So I picked little similar colors in each pack that includes red, orange, yellow, greens, blues, purples, brown, and black, and gray. No gray. But so that way you can see the difference kind of between how all of them look. So already you can kind of tell that the CraZart pencil is mirrored, which is because the CraZart color pencils have a much harder lead. So when you were putting down that pigment, part of the pencil tends to break off and be left on the paper. So if you brush over it, it smears. So CraZarts do have a harder lead to them, which also can lead to indentation of the paper. So that's not great. Crayolas are a little bit softer, but they don't indent the paper as much, and they also do not leave the little particles everywhere. But they both do have pretty waxy finishes, but I'll get into that in a minute. The Prisma colors, however, are much softer and will leave no indentation. There won't be any streakiness to them, and they are also a lot less waxy, which is really nice about them as well. So, which is why the Prisma colors are considered like artist grade color pencils, is because they are softer. They don't have that streakiness to them. They don't have to press nearly as hard. They don't indent your paper. They don't have that waxy coating, so they're a lot easier to layer. Now, another thing about the pencils is simply like price point. That's really a major thing you have to consider in here. You're not going to give a toddler a $20 pack of 24 color pencils. That's kind of ridiculous. Versus the CraZarts that are $4, $3, somewhere in there, depending on when you get them, where you get them. And the 100 pack of Crayolas, the 100 pack of Crayolas is $15, which is still cheaper than a 24 pack of Prisma color pencils. So yeah, that's something to greatly consider. By far, something to greatly think about, to consider, and just think about it. So you really either get the quantity or the quality here. So it depends on your level, I guess, and your comfortability with color pencils, your desire to use color pencils, all of those fun different factors that go into it. Another really important thing to consider is that because the CraZarts have a harder lead, they are not going to break as easily. They're going to be easier to sharpen, and the lead are not going to break nearly as easily. So like dropping it on the table, not a problem. Dropping it on the floor, you might break your tip, but it's probably fine. Putting it in your backpack, you're probably good. If you do that with Prisma color pencils, there's so many problems. All the problems occur. They are incredibly fragile. Incredibly fragile. Do not drop this thing off your notebook. the lead inside could break. Hence why they come in a metal tin for protection. So I do kind of maybe at one point want to test the sturdiness of all of these pencils, as in take one of each of these brands of color pencils and drop them from different heights and see how they compare, how shatterproof they are. At the same time, every part of that makes the whole body cringe and want to cry. So, and I can blame my middle and high school art teacher for that. Anyway, that's not the case. That's the color pencils themselves. You can obviously already see the colors, the difference between them. You can see that the CraZart, especially in those greens, the CraZart is a little bit streaky, and so is the Crayola, but the Prismas are very solid, like very solid. And I know the frame's upside down for you guys, but the Prismas are on the left, the Crayolas are in the middle, and the CraZarts are on the right. Also, I did not have all the similar colors, and like I wanted to make sure that they all had the same name. So like the first two are ruby red, and then it's regular red, it's orange, peach, yellow, then I think it's green, and then I think it's dark green. And there's not a dark green in the Crayola pack. Also, right now I'm just showing the difference in the colors because obviously they all look a little bit different. And that was also me scraping the waxiness off. Like, sadly you can't see it, but as I am scraping my nail against each of those samples, I am seeing the pattern in which my nail went against the color, and it's not great. But like I said, Crayolas are not as bad as the CraZarts when it comes to waxing. And even the Prismas have a little bit of waxiness, but not nearly as much. And again, that waxiness makes it harder to layer on top of each other. Like, it's harder to layer colored pencils on top of each other, as well as later on adding like inks or pen, which would be ink, or marker, again, ink, or paints, or anything of any other type of medium. It's really hard to add that on top when it is so waxy, but I think it's cheaper to make what happens. Don't quote me. I don't know. I'm really sure it's cheaper. It just seems that cheaper colored pencils have a more waxy finish, and the cheaper the colored pencils are, like waxy finish. And okay, another thing, I literally only bought the CraZart color pencils for this. I already had a pack of 24 regular Prisma colors. I won. And I was going through the school section because it was like back to school season, and I saw the 100 pack of Crayolas. And every artist has that one art supply they continuously buy, even though they have more than enough of. Like, if you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. And so I had to buy the 100 pack of Crayola color pencils for my insanely large color pencil collection. So I bought it. It was only $15, yes. And then I realized I should do a video comparing this to my Prismas. And then I realized this CraZart sounds like $1. We should get like a cheap option. Because I mean, okay, Crayolas for $15 for 100 of them is a good deal. Like, that's cheap for color pencils, in my opinion. I could be wrong. That's like 15 cents a pencil, right? Yeah, that's like 15 cents a pencil. Pretty sure that math. Anyway, then with like that math, the CraZart 25, no, it's 24 pounds. They were 13 cents a pencil. So the Crayolas are a little bit more expensive, but not really by much. And then that would make the Prisma 84 cents per pencil, which compared to 15 and 13 is quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. So, yeah. But yeah, so in general, all of these pencils are pretty great, actually. I actually expected the CraZarts to do a lot worse. Like, when I first looked at them, when I first watched them, they were so bright and vibrant, I was so surprised. Like I said, they are a bit sturdier and harder than the leads are, so they might just be my travel pencils, because I enjoy them, but they're not something I think I'll use for like finished full pieces. I think they're going to be more used for like sketching and just fun. Like take them with me when I go. They're going to be my travel pencils, I think. Like I said, I enjoy them though. They're on the wax side, the lead's harder, but overall they are good. Not as bright as the Crayolas or Prismas, but they are good for me. Crayolas, on the other hand, the fact that they are probably going to sit in my craft bin for a while until I do using all of my color pencil videos, which I am planning on doing at some point. I want to do like the rainbow of using all of my blank colored art supplies. First, doing a whole rainbow of that, and then doing the whole like all of my color pencils. Because like I've mentioned, I have an insane amount of color pencils. It just continues to become more and more. But yeah. But that is all for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. And thanks for watching. See you next week.